So you know what to eat to lose fat, but you don't know what to drink. The truth is, your drinks are completely screwing up your fat loss progress, and here's exactly how to fix it. The truth is, if you're not drinking the right things, or if you're drinking the wrong things, it will completely derail your body's ability to get rid of body fat. I'm not talking about apple cider vinegar or the green juice detoxes that you see on the magazines when you're checking out for groceries. Nah, these type of drinks and fad diets will not help you burn fat the way that they promise to, and they're actually gonna be a waste of time and a waste of effort. So the first thing I wanna talk about is the drinks that you need to avoid at all costs. Yes, of course, there's drinks that will help you lose fat, but there's drinks that are derailing your body's ability to lose fat. And the first one is sugary coffee drinks. Literally, if you go to Starbucks every day and you drink a Frappuccino or you drink this cold foam, cold brew, you're literally adding 300 to 500 extra calories to your daily calorie goals. Now, if you think about it, it actually takes a lot to burn 300 to 500 calories. And I don't like comparing calorie burn versus calories eaten, because the truth is your body doesn't just burn calories in the gym. But if we're talking about an extra 300 calories per day on a sugary Frappuccino from Starbucks, this is going to kill your body's ability to burn fat, not only with the calories, but also with energy. Because what happens is, if you're going to Starbucks in the morning and you're getting a sugary coffee drink, or even worse, you make it at home, you will crash later on in the day. And so if you want to have sugar, the best way to do it is you want to avoid sugar early in the morning as best as possible. This also goes for sugary bagels, donuts, croissants, etc. You want to try to keep your sugar intake as low as you can at the beginning of the day, because if you don't, you're going to crash later on in the day. So if you are going to opt for having coffee or caffeine in the morning, you want to make sure that you're doing a very low calorie coffee, such as a black coffee or a regular cold brew. Or if you're going to have coffee creamer, make sure you keep the calories as low as possible. The second drink that's absolutely derailing your fat loss progress is alcohol. Each shot of alcohol is about 100 calories. And when you drink, your body actually prioritizes metabolizing alcohol over the other nutrients in your body, which actually leads to temporary halts in fat burning. So just by drinking alcohol alone, you are actually slowing your metabolism down. Now, obviously that sucks, but this doesn't even include the calories from the extra margaritas you're drinking. So yes, one shot of alcohol is 100 calories, not a big deal. But what about the margaritas you're having when you go out to drink on the weekends? We're talking an extra 300 to 500 calories per margarita. And most of you fools are not drinking one margarita when you go out on the weekend. So let's say you're having 3, 4, 5 margaritas when you're going out on the weekend with your boys. That's an extra multiple hundred or even thousands of calories that you're consuming that your body just simply doesn't need. But here's where alcohol really halts fat loss. Alcohol, yes, of course, is going to hinder fat loss by slowing your metabolism down, it's extra calories, etc., etc. But what I found after working with over 1,000 dudes is the way that alcohol really screws up your fat loss is the calories you consume and eat when you're drinking alcohol. So when you go out on the weekends and you're drinking with the boys, you're not eating chicken and broccoli and healthy foods. You're eating bread, you're eating chips, you're eating pizza, you're eating burgers, and you have zero self-control because you're intoxicated, right? Like, let's be real. So what happens is when men drink alcohol, they end up coupling that with a absolute trash diet. And so yeah, the calories from alcohol are not good, but what I found is it's the calories you're eating with the alcohol that really screw things up. And then you wake up the next day, you sleep in, your day's all messed up, and now one bad night of drinking turned into 2 bad days of eating. And the honest truth is, some of you dudes would literally get shredded simply by cutting your alcohol down as much as you can. And it actually gets worse. So alcohol can disrupt what's called protein synthesis. And this is the body's process to repair muscle mass. So let's say you worked out and then you went to go watch the game with the boys after. Drinking alcohol is actually going to slow down your body's process of building and repairing the muscle that you broke down in your workout. And so I'm not saying you can never drink alcohol ever again, but my recommendation is always to decrease alcohol as much as you possibly can. And if you are going to drink alcohol, opt for the lower calorie options. The third drink that's screwing up your fat loss progress is fruit juices. I'm talking your orange juice, your cranberry juice, your lemonade, and your apple juice. There is literally no reason to ever drink these drinks. Straight up. If you want the benefits from the fruit you're having, like apple, for example, then just eat the apple. But drinking fruit juices is literally just extra calories that you don't need. Just to give you a comparison, 8 ounces of apple juice is 113 calories, while one whole apple is 95 calories. And I want you to think about this for a second. Which one will you feel fuller from? You will absolutely get fuller simply by eating one whole apple than by drinking 8 ounces of apple juice. And no one drinks 8 ounces. Most people drink 12 ounces, 16 ounces, etc. So avoid fruit juices at all costs. If you are going to go for fruit juices, make sure you diet options of it so it's pretty much 0 calories. So here's the general rule of thumb that I follow and I have all of my clients follow. Avoid drinking your calories at all costs. There really is only one instance where you should be drinking your calories, and that is with your protein shakes. Why? Because protein shakes actually fill you up, and they're actually nutritious, and they're actually gonna give your body a benefit and help your fat loss goals long term. So now that we've gone over the drinks you have to avoid at all costs, or at least limit at all costs, let's talk about the drinks that are gonna help you out. Let's talk about the drinks you should be including into your diet every single day. The first one is gonna be water. And I know this seems like a no-brainer, but you would be mind blown about how many men avoid drinking water, just don't drink enough. Your body and your muscles are made up of 60 to 70% water. So if you're not drinking your water, you're gonna feel fatigued, you're gonna feel weak, you're gonna have brain fog, you're not gonna be able to perform at the most optimal level every single day. You have to be getting water. I don't care how busy you are throughout your day, there is literally no excuse for anybody to not hit their water goals for the day. Water is also the #1 appetite suppressant. So what water is gonna do is it will decrease your hunger while you're in a calorie deficit, and it will boost your energy. So in terms of how much water you should be drinking half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 200 pounds, your goal should be about 100 ounces of water. If you weigh 300 pounds, your goal should be around 120 to 150 ounces of water. Typically for most people, that 1 gallon of water per day will be the sweet spot. My favorite tip to actually increasing your water intake is to have a bigger water bottle. So for me, I have a 40-ounce water bottle that I carry with me everywhere I go. In order for me to get a gallon of water per day, I literally just have to drink 3 of these. If you have a small water bottle right now, get a bigger one, which will make it so much easier to hit your water goals. The second drink that you need to start including into your diet on a regular basis is caffeinated beverages. So things like zero sugar energy drinks, black coffee, cold brew, these drinks are going to be your best friend when you're in a fat loss phase. The reason is caffeine is another appetite suppressant as well. So not only will caffeine give you a little bit of extra energy and boost, but it's also going to suppress your appetite and make you less hungry throughout the day. So a couple of things that you need to know about caffeine is #1, make sure you're not drinking more than 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, so it can actually be beneficial to your body, not detrimental. The second thing is to avoid caffeine 10 hours before bed. So if you're gonna go to bed at about 10 p.m. at night, you want to have your caffeine cutoff time around 12 o'clock. This is why for me, I use stim-free pre-workout, because I typically work out later on in the day, so I don't like having caffeine close to when I'm going to bed. Even though a lot of people are like, oh, I could fall asleep. A lot of people think that they can still fall asleep even if they have caffeine closer to bed, which is true, but the reality is the caffeine stays in your body and system and prevents you from getting into deep REM sleep. You want to avoid caffeine 10 hours before going to sleep. The third drink that you need to be incorporating into your diet on a regular basis is protein shake. These are the only calories you should be drinking every single day. And so what I like to do is I'll have 1 to 2 protein shakes per day to hit my protein goals, and this also helps keep your calories low. Protein shakes are an incredible snack you could have midday, post-workout, before you work out, and even before you go to sleep. And so you should definitely be utilizing protein shakes for your fat loss goals. Fat loss is a lot more than what you're eating. A lot of dudes are not accounting for the drinks they're having throughout the day. And you should put a lot of focus and attention on what you're drinking and what you should not drink if you want to optimize fat loss. Simply by making these changes, you could be losing an extra 1 to 2 pounds per week because you're cutting calories down and you're increasing your protein intake. So I hope you got value from this video. Stay thirsty, my friend. Make sure you incorporate these tips so you can get lean, get shredded, and love what you see in the mirror. I hope you got value from this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and then drop any comments you have in the comment section below, and make sure you follow and subscribe for future videos and content. I'll see you on the next one.